Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to present here before you the new center we have built in the city of Rehovot, the city of science and culture, as well as the site of the Weizmann Institute of Science. In this conference, we are focusing on Aden Judaism. Since the 10th century, the city of Aden was the trade center between the Mediterranean Sea, India, and the Far East. The Jews of Aden were involved in international trade, and as a result, they were able to join the yeshivas of Babylon, Egypt, and this small and magnificent community contributed a lot to the immigration of Yemenite Jews to Israel, especially the biggest increase is the immigration on the wings of eagles. If you ask a Jew from Aden if he is Yemenite, his answer will be negative, and sometimes he will be angry. The Adenite residents of a port city with British citizenship sought to distinguish themselves from the rest of the Israeli communities in Yemen. The strategic value of Aden increased immeasurably, and the Jewish community there expanded significantly since its occupation by the British Empire in 1839. Jews from South Yemen, Iraq, Egypt, India, Ethiopia, and more settled in the city of Aden. Each community brought with it to Aden its cultural, linguistic, religious tradition, and more. This multiculturalism is expressed in art, goldsmith work, music, education, in the form of the prayer, and in the poetry of the prayer. On the other hand, a deep-rooted, old and original Yemenite Jewry existed nearby with almost no foreign influences coming through its gates. Modernity and scholarly were interrupted right at the beginning, and special mixture of multiculturalism. Yemenite communities maintained their uniqueness for hundreds of years. Some almost never came through the gates of Damar, and Taiz was years far away from Sada. All began in 2002 when the vision to build a Yemenite Jewish Heritage Center, one of the oldest of Israeli communities, fell to me by virtue of my position in the Rehovot municipality as Deputy Director General of Property and Insurance. From its mere conceptual stage, we moved on to its planning stages that took about 10 years. It took another 5 years of construction and of providing the necessary equipment. The building structure occupies an area of 3,000 square meters, spread out over 3 stories, affording ample room for its museum display, auditorium, library, and rooms designed for study and research, as well as management offices and a floor for a parking lot. The cost of building this center has till now amounted to $9 million. The architect who designed the center is Yaakov Gil. Yaakov fled from Poland as a child along with his family, fleeing from the Nazis, and arriving with his family to Rehovot, where they settled in the Sha'arai neighborhood, in his own words. As for me, it is as thought I have come to a closure. I came as a child to the Yemenite neighborhood, and I have returned to the neighborhood 70 years later to design the Heritage Center. The curator of the museum is Mrs. Esther Musavsky-Schneffer, a senior curator at the Israel Museum who has been on a professional tour to Yemen twice. Upon her retirement, she joined the museum's construction team, while her contribution to the museum is outstanding in her field of expertise. The academic advisor of the museum is Professor Yosef Yuval Tubi, who has dealt extensively in his research on Rabbi Saadia Gaon's liturgical work, as has conducted a comparative study on Arab and Hebrew poetry of the Middle Ages, as also compiled works on Yemenite Jewry's legacy on various levels. At the Heritage Center, a steering and advising committee which has 12 experts. Each one specializes in his various field of expertise, such as history and philosophy, theology, literature, art, and culture. And we have here Professor Batzion Flor-Roman Iraqi, Dr. Uri Melamed, Esther Mochavsky, Dr. Rahil Yadid, and that's all here. The organization BeTamar has especially been instrumental in conducting donors, artists, and obtaining special collections. We have been working tirelessly to get a hold on exhibitions items related to the heritage of Yemenite Jewry, such as paintings and photographic exhibitions, religious paraphernalia, ancient manuscripts, jewelry, household utensils, and sculptures, among other things. I would like to present to you some of the displays from our museum. Yehia Haibi photographed the Jewish community in the city of Sana'a during the 1930s and 1940s. Naftali Hilger visited Yemen in the 1980s and 1990s. Hilger's exhibition revolves around the Jewish household in Yemen. A special photographic exhibition is that of the photographer Zion Uzeri, which tells the story of the lives of Yemenite Jews in Israel during the 1980s, and now to painting exhibitions of Yemenite Jewish provenance. We'll start with the works of Itamar Sayani, who immigrated from Yemen to Israel as a child, at the age of 9. The potential of Itamar's artistic talent soon became evident, and he was sent to London to study painting. In his paintings, he gives an expression to the mass immigration of Yemenite Jews to Israel during the Magic Carpet operation between the years 1948 and 1952. Rachel Poles Damti, who was born in Rehovot, expresses in her paintings the status of women who, besides the houseworks, made also handcrafts such as pottery and basketry. Shlomo Uzeri exhibits his childhood memories from his hometown, Sana'a. We will continue with jewelry exhibitions. There are several goldsmith workers and collectors who deal with Yemenite Jewry's artwork in a special technique called filigrane, among whom are Yosef Cohen Iraqi, the Tzadok family, the artisan Moshe David, Dr. Varda Cohen. No, sorry, it's Moshe Ben David. This is Varda Cohen. On to spiritual world, through the good agencies of the academic steering committee, we have built an interactive table of 6 touch screens from which one can learn about the history of the Yemenite Jews, the world of spiritual creativity, the ritual prayer, and the poetic songs devised by women, the relationships between Yemenite Jews and the land of Israel, the connection between the Jews of Yemen and Maimonides. An exhibition of handwritten manuscripts from Yemen, which presents before the viewers the basic library found in every Jewish home in Yemen, and which consisted of the first 5 books of the Torah, known as a Taj, a book containing the Haftarah, the 3 scrolls, prayer books for the entire year, and for the special holidays, is also halachic writings on different legal issues. To complete the spiritual world, we also have a library which contains thousands of books, documentary collections. I would like to thank the organization of this important event, first and foremost, the organization BeTamar, and the director of that organization, Dr. Hilidi, Shazar Center and its CEO, Michal Sagi, and Dr. Dror Arusi from the Sephardic American Federation, and Danny Goldschmidt. Can I call you the head of the Aden community in Tel Aviv on Israel?